Hey guys, guess what time it is? It is book reviewing time. I'm so excited to do this for you guys today because it is on City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare. Words cannot explain how much I am in love with this series now. I would definitely rank this book a 5 out of 5 stars, hands down. I know I gave the last book a 4 out of 5, but I had a feeling that was just because I was getting into the series, but definitely 5 out of 5. Yeah. So this book kicks off right after City of Bones, and we're left off with Clary and Jace that flew into the sunset or night or whatever. You also have Valentine that's still just a crazy, creepy guy on the loose. Clary's mom is still in the hospital. You still have Simon pining over Clary, Jace pining over Clary. I think that's everyone so far pining over Clary. Oh my goodness, I cannot put this book down. I picked it up and I think I finished it in a few days, so just pretty good for me. So to give you kind of a brief synopsis of the book, I don't like reading the back of the book so much because I feel like most people, if they're already interested in the book, have read the back of the book. I know I have a terrible habit of kind of skipping through that part on some reviews, so I'll just kind of give you, in my own words, what it's about real quick. So now you find out that Jace and Clay are brother and sister, and everyone is freaking out, besides the main group of people. But I mean, the Clays and all them think that Jace, they don't go after Clary, but Jace is like the spawn of Satan or something. That kind of made me mad the whole time I'm reading this book. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, dude, do not trust the poor kid. Just because he was raised by Valentine doesn't mean he's Valentine. I don't think they took into account that the Lightwoods brought him up for quite some time. Just saying. So you're introduced to a new character, the Inquisitor. Don't like her. So she's investigating Jace. Doesn't believe a word he's saying. I don't know why he bothered to explain himself. But she thinks that he's working for Valentine and that he has some secret hidden agenda and blah 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 and yipes. So you have that dilemma going on with poor Jace, who's being blamed for being Valentine's son, but at the same time he kind of wants to seek out his father. So does he side with Clary? Does he side with Valentine? It's kind of the toss-up in the book. You also have Clary, who's trying to stay away from Jace and kind of avoid him. I don't know why she ignores him so much. She feels guilty for so many weird reasons. So, pretty much, I don't know how else to sum up this synopsis for you. If you've read City of Bones, I'm sorry if you haven't. Kind of spoiler alert, I should have said. But most of you should have by now. And you also come to find out in this book that Valentine needs all these, the blood of, a werewolf, vampire, a fairy, and a witch, or warlock, I should say, to do this, ritual, because to, do this weird kind of spell to turn a mortal instrument against what it's supposed to do, so it kind of makes it, instead of being something from, the angels, it's supposed to bring up demons and all this crazy stuff, and yeah. So you have that storyline going on with all these deaths kind of happening, and try to figure out who exactly is doing it. They're blaming Jace, and Jace is blaming this person, and that person is blaming this person. It's just crazy. So if that synopsis made sense to you at all, just in brief terms, some starts off from the last one where we're still trying to find Valentine and figure out what exactly his plan is, and go from there. So if you've read the book, I would encourage you to still keep watching because we're going to discuss the awesomeness of this book if you have not read it. But don't be afraid. Come back when you've read the book, because I would love to see what you guys think and vice versa. So all in all, definitely a 5 out of 5 stars. Loved, loved, loved the book, and I definitely recommend it to anybody. Alright, you've been warned. Big fat spoiler alert. So the first thing I want to discuss that's been just gnawing at me is Simon's a vampire! I did not see that coming. Not at all, you guys. I was just, I kind of thought that maybe he would just take a hint from Clary and Jace's little sideshow relationship and be like, okay, maybe I'll back off and go find someone else. How do you say her name? Maya? I don't know. But he kind of just Simon's still there, but when he turned into a vampire, I was so sad. I thought he was gonna die before all that, and I was so mad. I realized how much I just liked Simon up until then, because I was really mad that she was gonna kill him off. But now it's like he's a vampire, and it's just that opens so many doors to the storyline. And not only that, he can walk in sunlight. I also almost teared up at the end where you think he's gonna die, and then just doesn't in the sunlight, that would have been the saddest scene ever. After going through all of that and then have him burn up in front of you. So I'm really excited that he could still walk in the sunlight, though I'm really anxious to find out why. I hope the author goes into that. I'm sure she will. It just kind of seems like an open-ended thing. But I want to find out, how is it he could walk in the sun? Is it because of Jace's blood? Is it something that had to do with the ritual? What is it? Another part that's a big part of the story is I am all for Jace and Clary. Even though they're brother and sister, it's just me, or do you guys want them to like acknowledge the fact that they like each other? And I feel wrong for being like Team Jace and Clary because they're siblings. It's incest. But I just have this gnawing gut, and no one spoil it for me, but I have this gnawing feeling that something's going to happen and you're going to find out, nope, we're not brother and sister. I hope so, because this is the main course that the author is taking, if not. Which leads me to the whole Simon and Clary bit. He needs to learn how to let the girl breathe. I mean, so does Jace. But really, she likes you, she likes you. She doesn't, she doesn't. I mean, it's kind of like the friend zone thing, where you're in the friend zone for so long that you're almost in the friend zone for too long. You know what I mean? Like, I have best friends that are guys, and I would never want to date them because they've been my friend for too long, if that makes sense. So I just kind of think that they're awkward as a couple, but love them as like best friends. I don't ever want them to be not best friends. But then I was kind of mad at the end how he just suddenly breaks up with her. Like, what was that about, Simon? Is that I could definitely see like a whole Maya thing happening with those two. Though I'm so adamant on him getting with Isabel. I really hope that this happens because him and Isabel are just, I like them together. I don't know. Even though she turned him into a rat, well, she didn't turn him into one. She kind of let him turn himself into a rat. But I love Isabel, so those two just, yeah. But I still, like, the back of my head, I'm still kind of mad that he just broke up with her like that, and I was kind of mad. And then the ending, like, what? What? Why? You finally have Clary that's going to admit to her feelings, and then Jace just blows her off. Like, really, Jace? Why? I mean, in all fairness, she didn't come out and say it, but it's kind of like, if he didn't pick up on the clues, he's kind of an airhead. Like, she sat there apologizing for everything, trying to say it, and he kept cutting her off like, no, no. We'll just be brother and sister now. Also, who else is just excited to find out about Clary's mom? Like, now that there's a cure for this, I want Clary's mom to just not be in a coma. Like, I want to see how she's going to react to Clary now that she knows, and Jace, and Luke, and whatnot, and yeah. Another part I really liked about this was kind of how they took Clary and Jace and gave them kind of like more powers, if that makes sense. Like, I really like that Clary can just draw any kind of rune. That just makes her so awesome. More awesome, I should say. Jace can jump off of things and jump up high, I guess. It's kind of cool. Not as cool as Clary's, I've got to say. But who's judging? So all in all, I love the book. I'm so excited to see where City of Glass takes me. I'm already like, let me show you. So of course, naturally being me, I read, like once I finish a book, if it leaves on a cliffhanger, I have to at least read the first chapter of the next book before I could just move on with my life. With that being said, I am currently on page 177 of City of Glass. But it kind of, like, it doesn't even look like it. Like, I read that much, but I feel like I read so much at the same time, but I still have that much to go, so. Oh, I love this series. I can't even, yeah. I'm kind of mad at myself for putting the series off for so long. I got these kind of a while ago, and I just kept putting it off because I thought, storyline, I don't know if I'm going to like that. But this is probably like my top 3 favorite series, or at least top 5. I really can't even narrow it down to top 3. This is sad. But it is definitely in the top 5 of my favorite series. So that is my review on the City of Ashes. And I hope you guys enjoyed. And please, so that's my review on the City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave any comments down below. Any video responses if you've done a review, if you read this. Let me know what you guys think. If you agree with certain things, disagree. Yeah. So now that I'm almost like halfway through City of Glass, be expecting a review pretty soon on that also. I'm just tearing through this series and I'm excited. I love this series, and yeah, I think I've said that way too many times, so I'm gonna go. Bye guys.